social media and how it's going to help you and why it's turning things upside down. Things are actually changing really quickly, because now with social media you can actually reach more women than you would actually would have been able to reach before. In this video, we're going to talk about very important topics, and it is very valuable, this video. So watch it, because you're going to learn many things. First of all, we're going to talk about social media and how it's going to help you and why it's turning things upside down. And we're going to talk about also the fact that we as men, we've got a disadvantage of always being the chaser, and women to be the ones who always have it, and how we can actually turn things around really quickly, especially with social media and the tools that we're given, because we can actually get really abundant really easily if we're actually using the new tools that no one else is using, which is the social media and videos and many other technological things that we've got. So we're going to learn a lot, and it's going to be an extreme advantage, and no one else is actually talking about that. So first of all, things are actually changing really quickly, because now with social media you can actually reach more women than you would actually would have been able to reach before with phone numbers or any other tool that we had before. One video can actually be watched by many women. One picture can be sent directly as a direct message to many women, and can be posted on your profile, on your history and whatever, and people can actually see it, and can build also your social proof and your pre-selection, because now with social media you can get pre-selection through the feed, through the news feed, and this is what you can actually play with. And also you don't need to make, in many cases, the same investment that you made in the past if you're actually using a few tools that we're actually talking in this video. So the one thing that social media allows you to do is the fact that you can start focusing more on getting leads that are cold than, because in the traditional way before social media arrived, if you wanted to do a cold approach, you had to actually approach the woman and then spend as much time there in order to have the best chances to get a second date, or to get her on an instant date and get to the sex point, or get into the sex point the second and third date. But you had to make a time investment in order to consolidate that lead, and to get her to a second date or whatever. Whereas if you only just stayed there, took the number, went away, nothing, but actually get almost zero conversion into dates. So in this video we're going to talk about how easy it is to convert contacts, in this case using WeChat, into dates, and what the mechanisms I use in order to be effective. Say for example today, today's local time is around 4:05 in the afternoon. At 7 I've got a double date. I'm actually dating two women, which I actually met on the street. One I met on the street, and a friend introduced me to this girl, and the other one I met on the street. They don't know I'm doing a double date, so I'm dating two women at the same time. And then at night I'm going to get someone else to come over, which I banged before. So I'm really busy, as you can see. And tomorrow I've got basically another of the previous bangs coming very likely in the afternoon, and then other fresh dates in the evening. So it's insane, because I play it well. But I'm going to show you here what I do, and also the other thing is, when you start this, you can actually get successful. If you're good at it, you can get successfully really quickly. So say the first week you can actually get laid. But if you're not good at it, also it will help you anyway, but you've got to get into a different mind frame, and this is what we're going to talk about in this video. Before I actually talk too much, I'm very excited about this video because it's actually beautiful. So the fact that we've got social media, this freaking thing, makes our life beautiful, because all of a sudden we can actually stop or minimize the amount of investment that we made during the cold approach and just get the contact and leave. In many cases, it's all you've got, because the girl is actually going somewhere or whatever. So this is what you've got, but you've got so many tools to convert that lead and turn it around, to consolidate that lead even when you're not there. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about. So first of all, we're going to see how, using this thing, you mainly focus on the numbers of leads that you get, and you don't make much investment, and how I actually do it and be extremely freaking effective at it. And we're going to show you a few things about this. So we're going to go into my WeChat in a minute. So that's the phone, and you can see my screen right now. So that's my Chinese phone, by the way. So basically, what I said is, using this thing, you can actually focus only on, or mainly on, getting as many leads as possible, and this freaking works. Why does it work? It works pretty much because you're working on, if you're only focusing on getting as many leads as possible, basically it's a numbers game. Even if you're shit at it, you don't know how to do the social proof, you don't know how to tell stories. I'm going to show you how I tell my story. Sooner or later, by just sending us straight messages, when have you got time to actually get on a meal with me, or just get on dinner, and you just send it to everyone, someone will say yes, and by just the sheer numbers, you're going to get dates, and eventually you're going to get bangs anyway. So it's a numbers game, but you can actually increase your effectiveness, your conversion rate. You can increase it by an extreme factor by doing the few things that we're actually we're going to tell you in this video. Now, the first point is, you've got to understand that from a girl's point of view, why do you get so many flakes if you just get the number of mounts? Because from the girl's point of view, she doesn't know who the heck you are. You could be a freaking maniac, you could be anyone. Yeah, you may be good looking in my case, maybe. Average looking, you can be, I mean, you can get all the best impression, you can get the girl very excited, but the moment you go, she's gonna make the investment of getting the makeup on, getting a nice dress on, and actually meet you. Go from the place where she stays, or the friends that she usually meets, and go on a date with you. And that takes a lot of, from a girl's point of view, given the fact that she's got many men hitting on her, even if she's average looking, I mean, there's a lot that she's go through. I mean, usually it's not enough to actually, for you to take a number or a contact on the WeChat or whatever, Instagram, and just get on a date with her. Because she's really gonna give up on the other guys that they're hitting up on her friends, her family, for that time she's spending with you, their fun activities, video games, whatever, and just take that time off to meet you for coffee, dinner, whatever, and she's gonna displace herself as well. So we haven't actually done much for it. So it's very unlikely that by taking a contact that she's going to convert into a date. That's the truth of the matter if nothing else happens. But with social media you can. Because what she needs is a story. Because girls love stories. And this is what you can actually do. You can actually send a story through a direct message. And she also needs social proof. The social proof, you do it through the newsfeed or whatever you're using. You actually take pictures with other women and you post it there. You doing cool stuff, whatever. So you can get the story across really, really quickly to many, many women by using direct message video, which is not really hurting anyone. It's not as if you're spamming her, because actually you're actually sending value out, and you can make that video, and I'll show you actually how in this video what I've done, and it's extreme. It's actually it made, I mean, at the beginning when I actually came back to China this time, I just added to loads of WeChats and nothing was converting into dates, nothing, absolutely almost nothing. So I actually thought about how to do it, and then I came up with this video thing and the social proof on the phone, on the WeChat moment, and it actually helped so much. It's incredible. I'm actually going for a double date tonight because I haven't got enough time and I've got too many women. So that's how good it can be. So by using this thing, you can actually focus more on getting as many contacts as possible, and then they're going to convert much more easily. So let's going to go into the storytelling. Storytelling is very important because if you women get their excitement and their interest get into a knob fashion. To us, when you look at a woman, she's attractive, she's in their prime, she can get pregnant, bang, we bang her. We don't think too much. Basically, I don't. I'm not that fussy. I mean, I bang pretty much. If they're good looking, it's great. If they're not great good looking, I don't mind either, as long as they're not screwed up in their heads. But other men are more got highest standards. I pretty much am a different type. But basically, women need a story to get interested, to get invested. And pretty much on the street, you don't have the time to get that story across. So one of the tricks that you find me doing every time over and over again, when I actually meet a woman and I basically WeChat or whatever, close, Instagram, whatever it is, I just say again, do you remember who I am? Do you remember my name? I've got a phone call coming. Do you remember my name? What do I do for work? Where do I live? I just reiterate it, so it's actually she's more likely to remember it. But I even go further, because this is one of the advice that's been given, because I was looking for this sort of, because when I was getting frustrated with that very low conversion rate from WeChat into dates, actually looked for ways in order to improve it. And one of the ways is just to reinforce the to make sure that she remembers, to increase the chances that she remembers about you after you've left. So basically what people do in order to increase those chances is, given there's very little time, is you say, do you remember my name? Do you remember what I do for a living? Because that's very important, because they really want to know who they're dealing with. Do you remember where I'm from? Do you remember where do I live? So I try to actually, once I get the WeChat, I say that, I repeat it to make sure that they do remember, and that increases your chances by a huge lot. Just that alone. But I go further. What I've realized is that women need a story. And now, even if we don't have time there to give them a story, we can actually send them videos, customized videos. And it's absolutely beautiful.